Alright, welcome back everybody. We are back for some more exotic industries. And we are going to start on our engine area today. And we're going to be putting that up here. I think we're going to probably, well, I was going to say we could copy this over and put it right here. But that's going to leave quite a bit of a bottleneck here. So I think instead we're going to go ahead and just start the engines here, since most of the material is going to be coming from right here. And then we'll put another train station up above here for it when we get done. So what we need to make today, starting off, is we need to make pipes. Because we need to also make the steam engines. And the steam engines are going to take pipes. And then we need those not only for our science, but we're also going to need it for our engine units, which I would like to point out the fact that, steam inserters and stuff could be used to make inserters, because we use steam engines to make what essentially is a combustion engine looking thing that then turns into an electric motor, which is called an electric engine unit. So yeah, that's my argument about steam engines and steam miners just being completely useless. Anyways, so we're going to make pipes, then we're going to make our steam engines, then we're going to make this engine units, then we're going to make the electric engine units. And we've got a 1.5 second crafting time on these, a 4 second crafting time on these, and a 6 second crafting time on these. And if we look up here at the steam engine, we are going to need a lot of them for science. We're not going to be making any of this steam stuff anymore, so none of that counts. We need it for the engine unit, which we just talked about. Steam engines we'll probably not be making very many of. We'll be making probably a good load of steam turbines. So most of our steam engines are going to be going to make our engine units. And then those are going to be needed. We're not going to be making a bunch of cars. We're eventually going to need it for electrical age stuff, which is the tier that we are technically at right now. So we are going to be needing them for that. We need one of them for every electric unit, which these are used a lot. We'll look at them in a minute. We're going to need them for pumps. We're probably going to need a good load of those. Artillery wagons, and we might make one or two. This I don't believe is used. This is a newer recipe once we get the lubricant taken care of, which will be once we get back to doing actual science stuff, which will make one engine unit make two, which I believe the other one was, one engine to one. So that will help cut that in half when we get to that point. Flamethrower turrets I don't typically use. Diesel locomotives, we will be using a lot of those, and it does take 20 of them per, which again is something we'll be upgrading to And all of the steam trains we've been making are now going to be useless once we do. And then a tank. So we're not going to be using engine units for much other than science and upgrading those to the electrical. And those are used for every inserter, steam engines if we do it, receivers, transmitters, centrifuges when we get to that point. There's another technology that's going to need them. There's advanced motors that we're going to have to make apparently eventually. Arc furnaces are going to need them. Cannon turrets, casters, industrial combustion turbine, all these things. These we're going to be making soon. All of these spots, like these sulfur chunks, iron chunks. Down here we've got lead, iron, sulfur. We've got copper here. We got copper there. Those are all deep drill things, so we're going to need those for, we need 40 of them for each one of those that we set up. And it goes on and on and on. So we're going to need a load of these. And since those take 6 seconds compared to the 4 seconds and the 1.5 second, that means we're going to have to make a lot more of these, probably 3 times as many of these as we do these. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're working with here. So we're going to start off here with our electrical units, or our steam engines. So that's going to be this. And I'm going to say that is a decent amount of them. 2, 4, 6, 8. For some reason I always do an odd amount. Let's do 10 of them. Oh, excuse me. And it only needs 1 pipe. And for pipes, we make 1 every half a second. And those were 1.5 seconds, so we technically could do about 3 of these. So I'm going to say we do a belt here, because we're going to need copper mechanical parts, which actually, let's look real quick here. Do we need copper mechanical? Yes. We do need copper mechanical for that, and we do not need copper mechanical for that. So, well, this is still going to need to be here. But we'll do our mechanical parts on this belt. We'll do a 2-sided belt here. So we'll do copper in on this one, which is going to be here. And for right now, we'll just split it off. And we'll bring that up, over, and then feed it into there. And then this one we'll bring over here. And this is going to go to the iron mechanical. Now, eventually, when we start really needing to bring a lot of these in through the trains, we'll run a second line up from down here. But right now, that should be fine, just splitting them off of there. We don't use a whole lot of them. So then we're going to need this. Should be fine for inputting each of these in here. Let's go ahead and So 1 every 3. So I'm going to do 2 every 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take this right on up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be good, and then we'll put another 2 down here at the very end. These will all be for making pipes. And then any overflow pipes that we have that come out of this end, we can have go into this one for making us underground pipes. And then we can also put a box here for storing them up for when I need them, or for when we need them for pumps or something like that, if we don't want to make them for that particular thing, but we may actually make those on site rather than doing that. But we'll figure that out when we get to that point. So now this needs iron mechanical and iron plate, which is different than what we need here because this is copper. So we're going to have this one go in on this side. And this is going to be the iron plate and the iron mechanical. So we'll bring this down here, and these are both going to be coming from this direction. So we'll do it like this. Again, for right now, we'll just borrow it off of this line. If we need more later, we can always up that. And then we're going to run this one down, and this is going to go for iron plate, and we're going to have to do a little bit of a circle around move here for this. I may decide to change this just a little bit later so I don't have to do this and just move these up a little bit, but I like to have a little room down here in case I need to add some more in at the beginning, or I need to have something else in there. But that'll work for now. So we'll do these. Now, these are going to be going pretty quick, so we probably should use fast inserters for the ins and the outs of both of these. Let's go ahead and grab power from here. We are going to be moving this power station not too long from now, but for right now it's fine there. And we can just do that all the way across there. And then here, here, we can go there, there, and then we're going to need one more somewhere in there roughly. That'll start getting our pipes. And now we're going to do that. That should keep that one fed just fine. And we'll start putting these all in down through here. Make sure we get all of these. Let's see, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then that one will do like that so we don't have to move that. I am going to have to go get some more fast inserters. I'm not sure I have too many more. We need to get the engine units over there for this. Now we're going to run this up through there. And we're going to use our long handles to output those to this belt. And that one's going to be a pain. So we're going to bring this back just a little bit. There we go. And then we can do that one there and that one there. And that'll give us our steam engines, which we will then route over here for feeding our power. And now we want to get these in here for doing the engine units, which I will add more of these later. But for right now, let's just do the 10 we have here. And we want engine units. And that's basically just going to use the two things we have right here. And these don't go that fast, so we should be okay pulling the two things with the long handles. So we'll just do this, that, this, that. That one will go there, that one will go there. And then this one I might need to bring this back and put this here. So then we can do this. Yeah, that one's going to actually have to come back even another one, so we can do that one there. And then the rest of these down through here. I'm hoping I have some more inserters over there. I have ran out of engines over there, so I'm not 100% sure. And for this, we're going to need iron mechanical parts again. And now we're going to need copper cables. And these are the ones that's going to take a lot of time to make, and we need a lot of. So we're definitely going to be spreading these way up into this area. So we can get plenty of these done. And we're definitely going to be wanting to use a full belt for our copper cables. So then we probably want to put our iron over here on this side. So yeah, we're going to do this over here, which is going to be for the copper cable. We could save ourselves. We need 4 copper cables every 6 seconds. And copper cables, we make 1 every half a second from a copper plate. We are going to be using a lot of copper wires. To save on the bandwidth of the things, we could, instead of doing this, which would also save us from doing this, we could do this for the output, which is going to go way up yonder, and then just do these here, right here, like that. And then set these, just do 1 machine for each one. And then we can use long-handled inserters We borrowed this one for a second. So we basically would take out these two and then put those two right there like that. And then have our underground go there, and our outputs would be here and here. And then we'll run this up this side, which is going to end up being for copper plates rather than copper wires. I think that'll actually work out just a little bit better for us than if we do it the other way around. So give me just a second. Let me go see what I've got for supplies left over here and get this finished up, and I'll show you how it looks. Be right back. Alright, a little bit of cleanup over there and a little bit of rerouting of stuff, and I've got all of the inserters I hope we're going to need for this. So let's get this finished up here. So we're going to let's see, we're gonna have these go in from here, so I'm just gonna copy this right here. I want to paste it right there, and I'm actually just going to take this whole belt out for just a minute because we're probably not going to need most of it. And then we can just copy this right on over, take all of those out. Alright, so now at each one of these, we'll just do this, just like that, and then we'll come in and we'll put our other belt in there for each one of these. And like I said, this is going to extend probably a lot further up. We're gonna want fast inserters to feed these guys. Alright, so now we need our iron mechanical part on this one. So we'll just bring it down. And this is going to be the copper plate. So again, we can do this. We could also let this pull more in than the two we have it restricted to and output straight from this chest, which is something I may end up doing instead of running the other belt at some point. We'll see when we get to that point what we decide we're going to do there. And I think we'll just have the this was iron mechanical, yeah. We'll just have these come in right here. And again, pulling off of there. So now that'll get our wires in there. Get our iron mechanicals in there. And then what we're going to do is run this belt up through here. And that is going to be for our output, and hopefully, if I have these all lined up decently, which I should have, and we got one little there. and that'll take care of that. So there we go. We now have our electricals here. We have our steams here and our regulars here. And I will finish letting the nanobot things here tear out all these trees. I really need to get the charcoal thing set up for making charcoal out of wood, because I have completely filled that box down there with wood, just carrying all of this out of here. And apparently I can't even fill up my inventory anymore because of it. So we'll just sit this here and we'll throw some more wood in there. And I will get all of this cleaned up. I'll get the train set up. We do need to set up this over here for our science, which everything kind of needs to change over here. We're going to be changing these steam assemblers out for our regular assemblers here. That part we can technically already just, do, because we don't have even steam inserters for that part, but we're going to do it for all of this. The green ones are going to need copper mechanicals over here with steam engines, so we're going to have to change how this comes in, because this whole thing over, get me out of here a minute, this whole thing is going to be coming out. Both of these are going to be coming from the opposite direction now, so we'll be going like that. These are going to need ingots, so we're going to have to feed them up here from somewhere. Right now they're just coming from chests. The big one is going to be this one, because this is engines and circuits. And our circuits we can either bring up from over here or in from over here, because we have our circuit train right here. And I would much rather send them from over here over there than over from here. But that means that we've got, I guess we can do the steel mechanical parts from over here. So we'll just change the two things that are on that belt. But we're not going to be doing science for a little bit, because we've got a lot of things to get changed over. I'm going to go ahead and get more of these built. What I'm possibly going to do is, I'm thinking probably end this area about here, and then just build another one of these right over here, just kind of mirrored, so I can use the copper here, and just basically set this whole thing up again right over here on this side. I'm guessing it's going to be a little while before we get to the I don't even remember where they were in this list. But there were, these advanced motors. We're going to need those eventually. And it looks like we're going to need a lot of them. So we're probably going to have to set up a whole separate area for doing those. Because our train ends right here. This is going to be our circuit area. So we may have to copy this again up here, and then build the advanced engines when we get to that point up there. But that's in the future. We may change this all over again for even more room later. But for right now, I'm going to clean up the rest of this wood, get this built out a little bit more, get basically a copy of this train ladder over here, and set it up over here. We're only going to need, well, I think 2 of them right now. Again, we're going to need one for the advanced. We may put one for the regular pipe. I'm not sure yet. So I'm just going to copy pretty much this whole thing. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. And whatever we don't use, we just won't use. We can use it for buffering trains or whatever. And we can even use it for inputting stuff for our science area here if we need. But I'll go ahead and get that built, and I'll see you back here next time when we will be changing over all of this. I've already got this train area set up, which will be bringing in our electric motors, and then we can start setting up all of our inserters. That is a good question. What does the burner inserter need? Iron plate, copper mechanical, that's good. Okay. So yeah, we'll start setting up all of this over again. All of this will just get tore out, but we need to get our assembly area made, which will be moved down probably over in here. This all will get tore out. We need to get our inserter area made, our electric pole area made, the drills, the labs, all of that. We'll get this tore out and rebuilt down in this relative area somewhere. And then we're not going to need to make this. We are going to have to do our furnace area yet. So a couple more episodes, we should have all of this cleaned up, redesigned, and be able to start getting back into our science and setting up some new stuff. We do need to set up the red circuits. We have not done those yet, which will be another area over here. So another, I'd say 3 or 4 episodes, we'll get back into regular progression through this. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.